Usually have these.
Did they go around? I don't know. This is bigger than we used to be there. Okay. You want to start?
So how you been?
Good.
Yourself?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, Jack. How are you doing?
Good.
Okay. I'm ready. You ready, Jack? You good?
Let's go.
Okay, let's do it. All right. I call this meeting to order. Welcome to the February 3rd, 2025 meeting of the Art in Public Places Committee. The recording secretary, Jack, will take roll.
All right, Chair Baumgartner,
Present.
Vice Chair Kiefer.
Present.
Looks like committee as Darren is not here yet. Committee member Faulkner,
Present.
committee member Nathanson,
Present.
and committee member Fuentes.
Present.
All right, let the record reflect that all committee members are present with the exception of committee member as the chair.
Great. Great. I'm addressing the staff. Is there any modifications to the agenda for today?
No.
No? Great. Okay. Move on to the minutes. The approval of those. One set was from January 6th, 2025 was attached to your agenda for your review. Are there any additions or corrections from those that were at that meeting? Okay. If none, the minutes are approved as submitted. Okay. And there are no public people commenting. No one is here. So I'm going to pass on number 6 and there's no online. So department reports will be next. Are there any reports from the staff?
Yes, I would like to thank Anne for her service as chair. This will be her last meeting. And I sincerely appreciate all the work you've put in,
Oh.
getting to know you, the support of the arts, and each of you that goes for too. It's really, it's a volunteer role and, you know, it's once a month, but there's a lot of dedication in this. So I really appreciate what you do. And I'm excited to see what you do with your art moving on and we'll be in touch.
I'll be
So
in touch
thank you
with
very
everyone.
much for all you've
Perfect.
done.
Thank you. No, it's been great. Can I say a moment of something? Okay. Nathan, I would just give you my parting remarks. This has been so great. I'm not leaving because I don't like it. It's just my life is kind of blown up with some things. There's some elderly parents in Seattle that are just really needing a lot of care and have recently gone to different places. And so there's just helping my sister with that. And all my kids are on the East Coast and I have a granddaughter and I just want my extra time. I want to spend actually making art and being involved in the creative process. This has been super interesting. And I tend to support, I intend to just keep supporting you guys and I'll be hoping to stay in the loop, but I just won't be sitting on these meetings and being official. But I have all eyes for what's going on in Santa Rosa art, public and private.
Great, thank you. We'll
Thank
keep you involved.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Anne.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah.
We'll miss you.
We'll miss you too. Yeah.
Aw.
Yes. Oh.
All right.
Okay, all right, now it's right. I'm now leading again, back to it. It's not my party or something. Gee, okay, so any other reports from staff? That's it? Okay, great. Number 8, the next thing, the Colgan Creek mural. The staff is going to present an update to the Colgan Creek mural request for qualifications. The recommended action will be to select 1 to 2 of the APPC members for the artwork selection panel. Take it away, Meredith.
All right. So today I'll be presenting an overview of the Colgan Creek mural project with a recommended action to select 1 to 2 APPC members to sit on the selection panel. So this is a mural that's in partnership with the City of Santa Rosa Water Department. They approached us as there's a grant for this project. And within that grant, it was to use a portion of it for some art. So we went and we did a site survey of different locations for art. And there is a very long wall that actually belongs to Burbank Housing on the park. So we thought that would be a really great space for a mural. And the entire park and area is working on being redone as well. So if you were to go to visit right now, it hasn't been done yet. So this will be in conjunction with that. And I believe it's by end of 2026. And so it's located at 3012 Dutton Meadow in Santa Rosa. The fence dimensions are approximately 88 feet long by 7 feet tall. In the request for qualifications, we noted that it's not mandatory to paint this entire wall, as that is a very large amount. But it's also just giving that option of how to fill this space. You know, maybe there's some void space, et cetera, to be creative with that. The total project budget for this is $30,000. 3 artists are to be selected to complete a request for proposals. And they'll be paid $500 each, which would then leave the project budget at $28,500. This was open to all muralists that reside in the United States and artists and artist teams. And they must be willing to either collaborate with a local tribal member or be a local tribal member themselves. We received in 18 submissions, and I went through them today. I'm really excited about a lot of these artists. Actually, it's really great. I think opening it up to US artists was really wonderful to get in all this different variety. We opened it up on November 22nd. It closed on January 20th. And so the next steps, we will be doing the selection round 1 virtual scoring. This date actually changed. That's going to be the week of February 17th. We're going to send that out. And so who's ever on the jury will receive an email with all the submissions and have a week to review to do a first round of scoring. And then the selection panel round 2, this date also is changing. We're going to meet on March 6th from 3 to 5, ideally. And from there, we will select the top 3 to complete the request for proposals. And then it's estimated that we reconvene in May for the final artist selection. So the recommended action today is to select 1 to 2 APPC members to be on the selection panel.
Any questions, people from the committee?
I know we have a lot of selection panels lately, so.
No, exactly. We're going on.
That's good.
Yeah, it is a good thing.
Yeah, that's great.
Looks like it's got potential to be a really great project.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and the submissions are really awesome.
We will need a motion in order to approve whoever's going to serve. So do we just kind of?
Yeah, and if no one can, that's also
Okay, so
okay.
you can finish.
I'd like to have someone from here. I think
Yeah.
it's great, but if not, that's okay
Sure,
too.
okay.
So.
Lisa wants to do it.
Lisa wants to do it?
No, I do.
Lisa?
I do. I'd love to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would love to be a part of that.
Fantastic.
I actually would, I'm interested in it, but unfortunately, I'm gonna be in Southern California through some of those dates, so I don't think that'll work for me.
Okay.
Anyone else? We can have 2 if we want.
Are you interested?
I am also interested, but I'm not available those
Okay.
dates,
Okay.
so. I
Let's
hope
go
you
with the
will.
one. Okay. We're gonna need a motion from someone to approve Lisa serving on the panel. Does someone want to make a motion?
So moved.
Okay.
Okay.
Second?
Second.
Great. So we can vote right away. I don't think we need to discuss, but maybe we do. Anything else to discuss before we vote?
You want to give
You
a
wanna present
campaign
anything, your
speech on the
qualifications?
streets of one life?
Oh, I would love-
Yeah, totally.
You know, even though I don't live in the area, I was born and raised in that area, and I
Yeah.
love to see and be a part of anything beautifying that area
Mhm.
and turning it in and representing the population and the demographics for that area. So I'm really excited to be a part of that. I'm so excited to see what has been submitted and what is possible for that area.
Excellent. I love the enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Okay, let's vote. Matt, Jack, you want to do it?
Sure. Chair Baumgartner,
I.
Vice Chair Kiefer,
Aye.
Committee Member Asadarian.
Aye.
Committee Member Faulkner,
Aye.
Committee Member Nathanson,
Aye.
and Committee Member Fuentes.
Aye.
All right, let the record reflect that we have all ayes. Motion passes.
Fantastic. Great. Thanks, Lisa. That was fun to watch. Something else?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. The next thing is another project, the Earthbound Art for a Sustainable Future. Staff will be presenting an overview of a call for art and recommended finalists and a proposed budget increase from the selection panel. Our recommended action today will be to approve the artwork recommendations and increase the total artist stipends to $25,000. So this has already been going on, and we're just revisiting what they're asking for and showing us.
Great, thank you.
Great.
So as you know, we've discussed, the Earthbound project is in conjunction with Earth Day downtown. And we put a call for art, looking for art to be in the courthouse square for the month of April. I believe it was about 19 submissions that we received in. The jury did a first round of virtual scoring. And then we met last week to review the finalists and selected 5 finalists. A little bit again about Earth Day. It's going to be on April 26th. This is a free family event. We have over 50 exhibitors. And speaking with the selection panel as well, we thought it'd be great to do the artist meet and greet, possibly on that same day. Would be really nice for our arts department and handing out information, et cetera. The project plan was approved in November 2024. The approved project budget was $15,000, which included $10,000 of artist stipends. When we were reviewing the artwork and the costs, et cetera, we thought it would be great to increase the artist stipend to $25,000, which would allow us to have more quality art to showcase in Courthouse Square. And our budget does allow this. We're at about 350,000 and possibly even more in our account, with not much planned besides the art walk coming up. So it would allow for us to do this. The evaluation criteria was artistic merit, thematic relevance, innovation, the overall contribution to Earth Day's diversity and impact, and then the feasibility, which includes mounting and safety. And honestly, I think a lot, and Nathan and Devil can speak after this as well, but I think a lot of the mounting that was coming into consideration, a lot of this is going to be up in Courthouse Square for a month. Wind factors, all of that, and stability. So there was a lot of discussion on that. So I'm going to go through the selected artworks. And then we can have the discussion after. So first was Mama and Baby Giraffe, and I have some unfortunate news that this is no longer available.
Oh.
That I just found out. So this was the top selected one. It was an 16-foot tall giraffe and an 8-foot tall giraffe that lit up. So that will also be for a discussion that I'll have to go back to the selection panel and maybe do another meeting this month if there's something else we want to approve. Unfortunately, that's no longer available. Next is Inquire Within. And this one is 8 foot tall. The base is 4 by 8. It actually does not need to be anchored into the ground because it has all the engineering drawings. It's to stand up. It's almost 3,000 pounds. The sculpture is skinned with reclaimed 55-gallon barrel plastics, representing how disembodied we are by modern development and the creation of the plastic problem. In the head, there is a hole where the brain should be, punctuating the mindlessness of these problems. The void is filled with natural materials and the surrounding landscape, reminding us that nature will teach us how to solve the problem if we quiet our minds enough and listen. I was Inquire Within.
Who is the artist?
I don't have the artist names on me. They're San Francisco based. And also when we judge, we didn't judge by the artist names. It was a whole blind jury on who the artists were, which is why I don't have it on me. Next is Donna Santa Rosa.
Oh, I think I know who that is.
This is using found and recycled pieces of metal sourced from recycle centers or dumps, including wine barrel straps and plastic water bottles that are headed to the dump and recycle sites. And this is 6 foot high. Next, we have Contemplative Garden, and this is an augmented reality garden. So this augmented reality piece consists of a koi pond, cherry tree, wildlife, and a stone lamp. These components are not necessarily true to life and can be scaled up or down in accordance with the space. All these elements are digitally tracked to the ground plane to create an illusion that they are part of the scenery. So this will be a QR code that they scan, and then you'll see the augmented reality garden from your phone. In the empty space, there'll be a garden. And then last, we have Porcus Surrogate. This is a kinetic tree sculpture with 3 branches that move in the wind. Each branch has 4 steel parts that connect with stainless steel spinners to allow movement. The design of the leaf is based on artistic rendering of leaves after I studied a variety of California oaks. There are 3 different sizes of leaves that emulate variety found in nature, and this is over 7 feet tall. So those were the 5 selected, and unfortunately, the first one is not available. What I'd propose is for today, the recommended action to approve the selected artwork and still increase the total of artist stipend to 25,000. However, knowing that that other one is dropping out, that artist stipend may not end up being using that large amount.
Question. So, you're thinking that the jury is gonna be called back in and discuss about possible,
I'm gonna email the jury and see if there is something else that they would like. Yes. And put forth possibly a recommendation as well. Or we can also just have the 4.
okay.
Does it happen that people shop them around? I mean, artists that make large work like that, does that happen that they put them in other juries and potentially get swapped out?
Yeah, that one got into San Francisco for 2 years. Just found out, so.
Gotcha. That's interesting.
And then can I ask, it was Devil and Nathan were on the jury for this? What, can you just give me like a brief reasons behind the selections, what you selected, why you put so much weight on those ones? Specific.
Well, there were, some of the things that came, I think there were 18 or so. And some were, and then the artist also said how much money they needed to participate and have their work in there. So we had something, of a budget, and we were trying, part of it was because some artists asked for $10,000, some asked for much, much less.
And that was based on the 15 that you originally.
That was based on the 15,
Okay,
but
good.
then we ended up thinking that we would go over and request more money. I don't know, so I think we all had different opinions about artistically speaking, which ones we'd like. So it was kind of a compromise situation where we ended up with these particular pieces, but those were kind of the
Did you
criteria.
use a scoring system?
For me, it was mostly about a question of viability. I would say about half of them felt like they were maybe inadequately engineered
Yeah.
to stand up to a month outdoors.
Okay.
Or they
Also,
were vulnerable to wind.
right,
2 of them, which were interesting projects, require city buy-in in a way that pushed the timescale back for them, I think. It was 2 of them.
For the participation ones, or?
Well, there was one that was a structure which would have people inside it, which meant that it needed,
Oh,
sort of
yeah, so it
further
just weren't feasible for a
analysis.
month
Yeah,
out. It
it's-
would be an engineering drawings and a lot larger of a projects on this. And we did have a scoring system that was sent out, so they were judged on all those evaluation criteria. And then from those scores, we put together a list from top to bottom, and then that was presented at selection round 2 and just up, and so people could start talking about things.
so some of the pieces were actually already produced and some of them were not. Some of them were just drawings that were,
I thought
you know,
the
proposed.
original stated that they were supposed to already be produced on for this one. No, that wasn't the case?
No, I think it's the art walk. Yeah.
Oh, the art, excuse me. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no.
And there are lessons learned on this one too, so if we did it next year, going back on what to request. Okay.
and the intention is that this is an annual event, correct?
Earth Day is an annual event. This does not have to be an annual art event. We were asked to participate in Earth Day with art this year. So going through this, that's up for discussion. Is it something that we want to put as a project for us, or do we want to do something different?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the sort of coherence of the presentation you know, in this initial year, is important if it's going to go forward.
Yeah.
Which is the argument for raising the budget.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
And then,
Any other
do-
questions?
yeah, no, just from putting it to 25, because when you said that was 3,000 pounds, I mean, the transportation of that is probably, I don't see being that cheap, so.
Well, yeah, also how do you know, getting it off the truck and placing
Yeah.
it, you need.
Gotta have a forklift and have our team assist with that.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and we'll be pouring concrete pads for the other two, if selected and if approved. We pour concrete pads for those. And those concrete pads, because they'd be movable, like 5x5 pads, we'll use those for the art walk after and we'll store them in the courtyard.
Okay, so
Yeah.
best.
So it's something that we're gonna be doing anyways.
That's good.
Okay, good to know.
Are you seeing this as one motion that includes both things? Yes, so if there's anything you want to tease out apart to
And,
we're discussing, it's gonna be one motion for approving the artwork and more money.
and we would have to, I would have to come back if we did choose another artwork, I'd have to
Okay.
come back for approval.
Yes,
So we're
good
not.
point.
That was my next
So
question.
the
It's
ones
not
that you
going to be
showed
six.
us, minus the
Mhm.
giraffes.
Yeah.
Okay. Or the 4 artworks.
And the 25,000, is there an idea of how that would be utilized, how you allocate the funds, or is it just like a pot of money that you can tap if you need it?
No, so these artists would be getting their stipends, and actually there would now be another 10,000 left over because the drafts aren't coming. So I don't foresee us utilizing all of that because it's in the recommendation today.
Yeah.
I would say we move forward with that. If there is another artist that the jury says, you know what, let's do this one, then we come back to you and let you know if that is gonna be used.
Someone want to make a motion? To approve for recommendations?
I'll make a motion to approve the recommendations for the Earthbound Art for a Sustainable Future as selected by the jury panel for the recommended finalists, and also for the increase of the total artist stipends to $25,000.
Second.
Second. Okay, Jack, we're ready.
Alrighty. Chair Baumgartner,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper,
Yes.
Committee Member Azadarian,
Aye.
Committee Member Faulkner,
Aye.
Committee Member Nathanson, and Committee Member Fuentes.
Aye.
All right, let the record reflect that we have all ayes and motion passes.
Okay, number 8.3, program update. Meredith will present an arts and culture program update for information only.
Yeah, great, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a quick update. I don't have slides for this, but we've got so many projects going on, so I wanted to go through on where we're at. One exciting thing is the public art proposal form. So I know that was approved back end of last year and I put it online. And I actually switched it to be through Civic Plus Forms online, which makes it available in 19 languages. So that's really exciting for diversity, accessibility, et cetera. And I've also been meeting with artists, a lot of Roseland artists, regarding calls for art and starting that outreach, and they've been coming to the office. And we've also had a Spanish translator with us too. So a lot of them have been applying for the calls, et cetera. So we're really trying to work, and I'm trying to work with the team here in communications on that accessibility point, getting things translated to Spanish and doing meetings in Spanish. And again, that public art proposal form, anyone can apply now for whether permanent, temporary art. If they have an idea, it's just filling it out. There are a lot of questions as you reviewed that, but we can work back and forth with artists on what's possible. And they also have the ability to request public art funds. It's something I'd have to bring to you, but I think that opens the doors for a lot of artists here in the city to do artwork. National Arts Program, we hung the artwork on Saturday, and there was the drop off from 10 till 1, and then volunteers. And thank you, Anne, for volunteering with hanging. We had a lot of volunteers there. It was really helpful. Being my first one, I had no idea the amount that goes into this. So Bryce and I were there till 4-ish. And the reception is on March 9th from 3 to 5. So if you can, I'd encourage you to go. The show opened today. Tags are being updated by tomorrow because people will drop off things that weren't on the list to drop off. And tomorrow night, we're doing the jurying. So I expect to email the artists, if not by the end of the week, but by next week, probably. They've won, update the website with the winners, et cetera. So that will be really exciting. And thank you, Jeff, as being a jury member.
I will
See
be
you
there.
tomorrow. Yeah, it's exciting. I think I really enjoyed seeing all the artwork actually from everyone. It's so cool what people do. And they're like, I'm not really an artist. I'm like, this is great. You know? The Big Belly trash can jury went through their round 1 for selection. And so I've put those scores together, and our selection panel is meeting on February 11th for that. That will not need approval of APPC because it's not using public art funds and it's temporary. However, I'll still bring back the winners and what we're doing for you guys to review. And again, that I think we had some really great projects in there. We had Windsor High School, we had Santa Rosa High School, we had artists from Roseland, you know, all different levels of art, becoming independent artists. So that was really neat to see. I think we had 33, I believe, submissions. Live at Juilliard, the applications are open until end of February. So if you know of any bands that are looking to apply, that's available online. We also have applications open for the food vendors and for our nonprofit partner. So every year we partner with a nonprofit that does the beer and alcohol and wine, and then it goes directly to their nonprofit so they can benefit from that. So if you know of anyone interested, and then also this year we're going to do art vendor booths. That will be a free space for artists to set up a table and overhang thing to sell their artwork. It'll be free, but there's limited spaces. So we're going to open that up in April for the applications for that.
Where's that gonna be at? I'm sorry.
Live at Juilliard.
Oh, that.
Yeah, 'cause
oh,
it's our
yes.
30th anniversary, so we thought that could be neat
Okay.
to do art vendor booths. I don't know if we'll do them at every event, so we're gonna sort of feel it out leading up to it of
And
what's
how-
possible.
How will you choose the artists to participate?
Probably do a selection panel of some sort.
same.
Yeah, because it's going to be an application process, so reviewing them. Getting a variety of different artists. I was also looking at doing, there's a junior makers program that shows at Finley sometimes, and seeing if they could partner with a different vendor to get some other artists in there too. So different ideas, and if you have ideas, feel free to email me on that. The cafe program that I spoke about, the Call for Art platform that we were going to use, it has not been approved by our risk department. So if you've been on a jury, which most of you have at this point, you'll see that I'm using a Microsoft Forms and a different selection panel. So we're still going back and forth on that agreement in order to use that platform. So just an FYI. Our event support funding opened up recently for our SRTBIA, which is for destination events. The reason why I'm bringing this to you here is that a lot of arts and culture events are destination events. So if you know of anyone that is looking to have a large arts event here in the city of Santa Rosa that would put heads in beds, because that's what that the TOT money is used for, that application is open until the end of March. And we had the Brookwood mural close as well. I'm still putting that together. So if you're on that jury, I will be contacting you. I have a call with the police station about that this week.
Any questions from
I think
Meredith?
that's it, yeah.
We're gonna get it in there. Question was, let me think here. I was saving it instead of yelling it out, so. How many Big Belly trash cans are they gonna do? I can't remember the.
4.
4. So all those apps were 4, yeah.
And you can do, some submitted a full wrap, of the
Mhm.
idea, or just panels. So the idea with the selection panel would be we could do some of like 4 different artists panels, or are we gonna do a full wrap of one artist?
Okay.
Mhm.
Is there a chance it'll roll to more? And would it be a whole different selection committee if that was the case? Or would it-
Correct. This is a pilot program
I
with the
remember
water
the guy, yeah.
department. So depending on how this works,
Mhm.
we'd like to integrate it, I think, more throughout the city.
Yeah.
Um,
Great. Okay, and then last thing, just about the vendors, that's gonna come up. That'll be maybe just a few, or you're not sure yet how many times you're gonna do it?
I'm not sure. I measured, we could probably do about 7 vendors or so, 8 vendors. And once we do the layout for the event and time and staffing, et cetera, thinking about how often we do that. Is it the first and the last, or do we do it at every?
Are you in charge of that program? The Live at Juilliard, that's under you? Like, I couldn't remember if it was sort of a side-by-side thing, yeah. Right, okay. Is it gonna be local bands this year or?
Local bands.
Local?
And for all of the applications for the Live at Juilliard events, will those be online?
Yep, they're online right now. We've gotten a lot of the talent applications in for the bands already too, so.
Wanted to make sure that the food vendors and the art
Mhm.
vendors.
Yep, it's right on our arts website, that they can apply.
Great. Great. Hey, any other questions there? Okay, this was info only, so moving on. Committee member reports. Committee members are welcome to make general comments or announcements. That's,
I have a couple.
sure, do it.
I think these are two activities that'll be of interest to the public art folks on this committee. I am independently curating 2 exhibitions. One is not local, but it is public art related. And if you're interested in mural art, the muralist, who's really got a statewide and national reputation, John Worley, I am curating a retrospective of his work at the Richmond Art Center in the East Bay. It'll open on April 5th. And if you've gone around the East Bay, Los Angeles, Seattle, Portland, up and down the West Coast, John's murals are everywhere. He was one of the probably most famous for being one of the Olympic mural artists in Los Angeles. So as you drive around LA, I think there's about a dozen murals that were created in order to create gateways into different parts of LA during the Olympics, which, because of the recent fires, takes on even kind of a more, creating a sense of place and that importance. So anyway, I'm working with John and the Richmond Art Center staff on that. And we'll have announcements that I can probably pass out at the next meeting. And then locally, I am working with the fine folks up at Paradise Ridge Winery. I'm curating an exhibition of sculpture. The title is Return to Paradise. It's a celebration of the legacy of Walter Bick, who was the founder of the winery and died last year. And so it will open on the date that is his birthday, June 15th. And we've got a dozen plus all artists from the local region, all Sonoma County artists, and most of them right here in Santa Rosa. So that'll open on June 15th. And
That's
I'll
great.
make sure you all have it.
Yeah.
So it's outdoor sculpture.
Yeah.
What was John's last name again?
Worley, it's Wehrle. Yeah, John does studio paintings, photography, and sculpture as well, but he's really famous for his murals.
Okay.
How did you spell his name? W-E-H?
Wehrle.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, then I'll recognize it. I gotta look it up.
Yeah, if you look up his, you go, oh,
Mural.
that, Oakland, San Francisco.
Okay.
But he, I don't think he has any murals in the North Bay, unfortunately.
Anyone else have any announcements? Anything going on? Your spot? You want to announce any upcoming shows?
There's a show on the 9th by Jonathan Nuncio, who's a San Francisco based. school.
Thanks. What ninth? You said which month?
This month.
This month. Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send out a prospectus of all the
Excellent. Yeah.
shows that are coming up
Great.
there.
Great.
Yeah, thanks. Well, good, okay. Well, this is the end of the meeting. The next meeting will be on Monday, March 3rd, 2025, and someone else will be leading it. And thank you, everyone. This meeting is adjourned.
I do have a question. So what's the process for electing a new
So
chair
the
and vice chair?
mayor elects a new chair, which is happening on, I believe, February 24th or 25th. So we'll be at our next meeting.
What region area is the mayor currently representing? I don't know. The mayor. Oh, like what district?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know?
It's two, I think it's two, it's my district.
Your district,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Is that your person, the mayor, the person that?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, is he the one that put you on this committee? Is he your committee? I mean, your.
He is, but he's not originally who put me on this committee.
Got it. I
Yeah.
see. I see what you're saying.
What neighborhood is that? District
That's
two?
over in Bennett Valley, that area.
Bennett Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you in Bennett? I'm in Bennett
Yeah.
Valley too. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think.